All right, hello there, everyone. It's adamew here. And I'm with a friend to go over the RPA CRAM Division Power Rankings. So please introduce yourself.
How's it going, everyone? My name is Broken Pinky. I'm a good friend of Adamew's. We help each other build for all of our league games. This
Yep,
guy's really good at the game.
this guy's really good at the game too. He's I think 7-0 in ICPL, which is the draft league we're in together. So yeah. All right, so going down the order for the CRAM Division teams. First have the Golden State Golden Goes, formerly coached by agency. We don't know who's going to be coaching it after. It might be me. I don't know. But what are our thoughts on this?
So let's just go over the mons real fast for those who are using this as I don't know, like a podcast kind of thing. We got Val, Spectrier, Lando T, Corviknight, Roaring Moon, Terra DOD, Terra Gator, Muck, Bellybolt, and Simisear. And to spoil it, I personally think this is probably the best draft.
Yeah,
There's a lot of pretty solid drafts down the line, but like those top six are just so incredibly strong and so incredibly versatile.
yeah. Iron Valiant's a huge threat. Has a nice base 116 speed tier. Spectre rounds out the high tier speed tiers with a 130. Roy Moon gets a nice mid ground between Iron Val and Spectre, and Lando T is always good. Corviknight's usually always good, and I really like Terra Deoxys defense.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's a bit of speed tier issues, but like, I don't know. I feel like this is one of the few teams where you can get reasonable value out of every Pokemon, which I feel like I can't say a lot for like most of these teams, and it's something that I personally value a lot when drafting because like, Simisear, you see it as like a 2-point fire type. It's like
Yeah,
whatever, but like, it has a speed tier. It clicks Fire Blast. It has decent mixed attacking stats and a decent mixed attacking move pool. Like it can still do stuff. I think Bellybolt's a really solid Mon. Muck is a really good Mon.
no bias there with Belly Bolt, right?
I love Bellybolt personally. I think the one blunder of this draft is that it's Terra for Alligator. I think it's a good Pokemon, but I think Terra Bellybolt is like a little insane.
Yeah, Terra Belly Bolt just is so good.
Especially with free Terra, you can Terra any type you want. So good.
Yeah,
But I guess you already have a defensive Terra with Deoxys defense, so it's a little
yeah.
redundant.
All right, so guess that concludes. Are we gonna like just rate them or just like put them in like a rank, like a tier list or whatever as we go? Or
I think we can maybe touch on that at the end, but I would definitely give this team like A plus or S tier for sure. I think it's really strong.
I'm going to open Poker Paste because I just, it's a better like a word processor in a pinch.
Hmm.
Golden State Golden goes A tier. All right. So next up, the Atlanta Arbox, coached by K Pizzle. Terapagos, pretty hyped. They have Palafin Hero, Terapagos, Mega Sceptile, which I'm not sure if it's allowed Shed Tail. I'll have to double check. Golden Go, Clefable, Galarian Darmanitan, Terra Xurkitree, Terra Gligar, Hisuian Quillfish, and Cosmoem. This team
I'm pretty
just feels awkward.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Sceptile can shed tail in the Mega form.
Yeah,
So that is worth noting. But that's a gigantic speed gap from Sceptile to Palafin.
yeah, definitely.
Like you just let everything 115 speed just run adamant or modest, and then it's a
Yeah.
it's a bit of a yikers.
And I
I
did
don't know.
double check. I did double check. Shed Tail's only banned on Cyclozar, so Mega Sceptile can Shed Tail.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's good Pokemon. I don't think that Mega Sceptile round 3 was the right Mega to take personally.
Yeah, me either.
I don't think it's. I really don't think it's all that good.
Yeah.
There's a lot better stuff.
I used it maybe
Um,
once. That was like years ago, but I do like the utility of Shed Tail into Terapagos, especially with like a Wishpasser with Clefable. But yeah, overall this team just doesn't do it for me.
I think the most the thing that like bugs me the most is that Gligar and Hisui and Quillfish, like they seem like they're different Pokemon, but by and large they do the same thing, except Gligar is mostly just a better version. Because like they're
Yeah,
never bringing both of them in the same week, because they're both like Eviolite hazard stackers that spread poison. But Gligar is the one with knockoff and U-turn and Roost, so you're just gonna use that. So like I feel like Hisui
yeah,
and Quillfish is just kind of a waste. And same thing with Cosmo. So like, there's a lot of like stuff that's like, I don't know how I feel about that. And when you combine that when this team is like missing a fire type and missing some hazard removal options, I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of it.
yeah, me either. And plus, it's like super, super slow. Like, giant speed gap from Sceptile to Palafin, which, yeah, just not the greatest thing in the world.
And then like all of your offense is like 80 speed, like
Yeah,
between like 80 and 100 speed is every one of the team is between 80 and 100 speed except for Clef and Mega Sceptile
yeah, yeah.
and Cosmo
Overall, I'm
because
not
of other
a,
Pokemon.
yeah, overall, I'm not that big of a fan of Galardarm, especially considering like you have Palafin, but like, yeah, I don't know, Galardarm just doesn't do it for me. It's like super predictable.
I don't know. I personally think Garm is good. I just don't think this is the right team for it.
Yeah. All right, so I guess next up, if we're finished talking about them,
Yeah, I don't really have much more to say. I mean, if we're doing like tier rankings, I'd give this team like I'd like a C plus B minus tier. I don't know.
all
A
right,
good player could win with it, but I think you kind of have to play well with it.
all right. Next up, we have the defending RPA champion Jay Scurf of the Winnipeg Jet Punches, Chin Pao Slowking Galler. I like that pick, not biased at all. Quaquaval, Zapdos, Ogerpon Teal, Mudsdale, Tinkaton, Terra Azelf, which I really like Terra Azelf, Sudowoodo, Terra Volbeat, and Terra Drampa. So Terra
Yeah.
Azelf, probably one of the better Terra captains to pick in this, in my opinion.
hmm I think that if the Golden State Golden Eagles doesn't have the best team in the league, I think this team has it for sure. I
Yeah,
think it's this team is insane. Just top down, just top down.
yeah. Chimpao, obviously, super, super fast and hard-hitting Pokemon. Not much can come in on like a banded ice move or a banded crunch. I've abused that in a past RPA season, leading me to win a championship. Slowking Geller, really, really bulky pivot that can set chilly reception to set snow for a defense boost for Chimpao. And overall, just good options with the Zapdos and Quaquaval. I know Quaquaval is often like looked at as like overpriced in draft, but I really, really like its utility. Being able to be or to fill the role of a bulky water type in a pinch. It has roost to recover. It can pivot out with U-turn, and it can snowball sweep in an instant if it wants to. So I'm a big fan of the team. I don't really like Tinkaton, but like it works here, I think. So yeah,
Yeah, I think Tink works on this team. I also just really like how I feel like Slowking is very well supported because the main things that want to come in on Slowking or the Pokemon that beat it are ground types, which you have Quaquaval that can set up on, Zapdos or Ogerpon, which force them out.
yep,
Dark types, which Quaquaval sets up on even harder, or Ghost types, which you have a Qian Pao for. So like, Slowking is very well supported, and it can pretty freely click Teleport or Chilly Reception, whichever you choose. I think you'd pick Chilly most times, but Teleport's still an option. Um, and you can just bring in a Pokemon to counter it. And when you have Pokemon as strong as these to counter all of Slowking's checks, I think it's a little ridiculous.
yeah,
I do think the only thing that I don't like about this team is that I don't think Drampa's that good as like a bulky Terra Pokemon, and I think having a good bulky Terra is nice to have. But
yeah,
you have Terra Azelf, which speaks for itself and how amazing it is.
yeah, yeah. And Terra Volbeat's okay. I don't like they're not gonna be bringing Volbeat that much, but yeah, Volbeat it's pretty fun. I think it gets like Prankster T Wave to
Yeah.
just annoy, I guess. So yeah,
I mean, as far as 1 point mons go, I think Volbeat's honestly pretty good because it has Prankster and it has like a decent Prankster move pool. I mean, you get Prankster, Defog, Encore, Light Screen. Does it get Reflect as well? It gets Light
uh,
Screen, no Reflect, but T Wave, obviously Roost. I don't know. It has a good move pool to take advantage of Prankster.
yeah. Then obviously, I think he has a tailwind and everything. So yeah, really, really good move set for Prankster. So overall, hell yeah, J Scarf. So
And
assuming A tier for this one as well.
definitely A or S.
All right, I'm pretty much just gonna put like A tier down for all like the S tiers, and then we'll go from there.
All right.
So next up, yet another defending RPA champion. This time for the Insurgents division, we have Toms and the Dynamic Dittos. Tapu Koko, Iron Moth, Iron Treads. Hate that one. Mega Blastoise, Terra Uxie, which I really like. Florges Ditto, get the mascot pick. Terra Mabostiff, Terra Dipwin, Shedinja, Trapinch, and Gyarados.
Now, I want to ask straight up, what are the Terra rules with Ditto? Can Ditto Terra?
Yes,
That is the biggest missed opportunity I've ever seen. I think
I
Terra Ditto on this
agree.
team would be hilarious.
I agree.
But this is a phenomenal terrain team. Like the top four Pokemon,
Yeah,
very, very solid.
yeah. You can have some fun options with the Think Terrain Pulse Mega Blastoise. So yeah,
Hmm. And it's Mega Launcher boosted, so you just have a strong ass electric move.
yeah. And then Terra Uxie, another one of the better Terra captains in my opinion. I'm really high on like the Terra Wake Trio because just levitate with Terra means you can like Terra Electric or Terra Poison. But another thing Uxie gets is like Terra Fairy Draining Kiss. So keep it healthy and have a nice like 60 base power fairy type move to heal you back up. So yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that mechanic. Yeah,
Yeah, I honestly didn't know about that mechanic until I watched MV terrorize with Espeon. So yeah,
gotcha. I mean, yeah, Uxie's just very good because it can very easily just run like Calm Mind Draining because stored power sets.
yeah,
And obviously you know how good Uxie's move pool is. You've been using it a fair bit.
yeah,
I mean, Encore, Knockoff, U-turn, Thunderwave, Stealth Rock. It just Trick Room, Yawn. I don't know. You can do whatever you want with Uxie.
yeah.
It's kind of insane.
Has fun tech options with Imprison that I ran today. So yeah.
Yeah.
Florges to keep everything else healthy with Wish. I'm a big fan of Wish passers, as you know.
Hmm.
And
And Florida just got Baton Pass this gen as well, so it's even better at Wish Passing than it was before.
yeah. And also on this team, I feel like Terama Bostov is like an underrated like just an underrated pick, at least in
Oh,
my opinion.
I absolutely. I think all three Terra Captains on this team are really good because Diplin having Sticky Hold so you can't get rid of a Violet um, is also just really nice, and it's just a really bulky Pokemon. So yeah, I think all three Terra Captains on this team are phenomenal. I just wish it was Terra Ditto because that'd be hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. All right.
And then I don't. I feel like we even like just completely forgot that Terra Gyarados or not Terra Gyarados, like just Gyarados existed, not Terra
Yeah.
Gyarados. Oh god, that'd be terrible. Um, but Gyarados is super strong.
Yeah. Me and another coach in this league, Ryan and Ditto, we're using one in a duos league, and it's won us a couple games single-handedly. So Gyarados really good mine.
Yeah, and just how good like Moth and Treads in electric terrain or like getting that Quark Drive is super nice because now you
Yeah.
can just get like you get the benefit of booster speed Moth and you can run a Life Orb or a Specs or whatever item you want or Boots, and then you
Yeah.
get like a booster attack Treads and you can like run Rapid Spin and just hit people much harder than an Iron Treads ever should.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So anything else? I don't think I have anything else to add.
Yeah, I think this team's a solid A tier for sure.
All right. Let's see who is next. We have uh I am my brain is crapping out at pronouncing this, but I know that their mascot would be Tapu Koko.
Tapu Kokukata.
Yep. Coached by Gojo, and they have Urshifu's Single Strike, Ogerpon Wellspring, Ursaluna Blood Moon, Terra Noivern, Kofagrigus, Rotom Heat, Orthworm with Shed Tail, Pheasantipity, Monkey Dory, and Terra Avalog.
I mean,
So,
that's a scary team.
yeah, I like the Terra Captain options. Terra Noivern obviously can fire off powerful Terra Normal Boom Burst, and Terra Avalog can like Terra into a water type or a fairy type, to name a couple types, just to be a better physical wall. And Orthworm with Shed Tail, getting Urshifu Single Strike and Ursaluna Blood Moon in for pretty much free, since it's going to be like a slower Shed Tail, is really, really good for this team.
Absolutely.
And Rotom Heat, nice pivot, gets Defog to just remove hazards and everything. Uh, Monkey Dory is a nice option that I like, because I've used it in ICPL a bit before dropping it. But Pheasantipity, Monkey Dory, they can be general nuisances with the Toxic Chain ability, and I think they get like nice secondary abilities too. Monkey Dory with Frisk and Pheasantipity with Technician. And yeah, and I don't think I need to speak much on how powerful Urshifu and Ursaluna are.
Yeah, double bear offense. I think this team is it's really good for like chipping people. It's super effective in that because like uh Kofagrigus, Rotom Heat, Pheasantipity, and Monkey Dory all are really good status spreaders. Just and you have Orgrimmon for an offensive spiker, Orthworm for a bulky spiker, um, Kofagrigus for T spikes if you even want that, and then all just that residual just chips it down into range to where either Urshifu and Ursaluna just break obscenely in the mid game, or Noivern just sweeps in the end game with Terra Normal.
Yeah, yeah,
I think the I have like the flaws I have with this team mainly, is that one, it has both Pheasantipity and Monkey Dory. I don't think you need both of
yeah,
them.
yeah, I don't
Um,
think.
And the other one is that your stealth rocker is Orthworm, which is fine, but you want Orthworm to be shed tailing a lot in this league, so having it like be a bulky Pokemon to set up stealth rock, while also keeping it at high enough health to use shed tail effectively, it's it's hard to play around, I feel like.
Yeah, yeah. Which, yeah, I do agree. Needs a better rocker, which I think Avalug may get rocks, but like I'm not sure you want to be running rocks Avalug every week.
I'm pretty sure this form doesn't get rocks. Yeah,
Okay, I must be
the other one
misremembering.
might.
The Hisuian one does.
Yeah, this Hisuian one does, but it also has like worse stats and a worse
Yeah,
type pre-Terra.
yeah. But I don't think I have much left to say about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a team that's like it's definitely really scary, but it's like not fully 3 dimensional. It's like 2.5 dimensional, if that makes sense. Like there's some stuff that could be like more fully realized in a sense, but it's
Yeah,
just so scary.
yeah. I mean, Urshifu single, Ursa of Blood Moon, come on. Wait, yeah, it's threatening.
Yeah.
So what tier do we want to give it for now?
I think like high B or low A.
I'll
I
say
don't think it's
B
as good as the other
plus.
teams who put in A tier, but it's definitely pretty good.
I'll say B plus for right now, because I definitely think like the other like A tier teams or whatever, they're definitely better than this. They just feel more
Yeah.
complete.
Yeah, they're just more complete. They're more well-rounded than this team, I feel. This team's kind of pigeonholed into offense.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have the other half of the Drunken Crab Showdown username, Ryan and Ditto, coach of the Deranged Dittos. Megawadios with Luster Purge banned, but that's not even a nerf. Great
Yeah.
Tusk, Zeraora, Heatran, Primarina, Terra Moltres Galar, Terra Mismagius, Porygon 2, Garbodor, and Terra Swadloon.
I can't believe I'm about to say this about a team with Mega Latios, but I don't like it that much. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, it feels a bit, yeah, awkward.
Because, like, it's a ton of good Pokemon that don't work very well together. Because, like, Terra Moltres is really cool,
Yeah,
but there's, like, none of your Terra Captains have any sustainability, and you don't have any Wish. Like, all of your bulky Pokemon don't have Recovery, and you don't have Wish to heal them, other than Porygon 2, which relies on its item, and knockoff is absolutely everywhere. And this team also doesn't like switching into knockoff very well.
yeah. Unless if it's like Great Tusk, and even then, it still appreciates having leftovers because, yeah, no Wish Passer.
Yeah. Or, I mean, or just having, like, a Salt Vest.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, looking at this team, I don't really get Porygon 2. I feel like just any other like normal type, like getting like a Wish Pass or like a Wiki Wiki or something would have worked a bit better.
I mean, I get where P2 comes from because, like, at the end of the day, it's a phenomenal pivot
Yeah,
and, like, it can hold its own pretty well. Um, I just don't think it's. I don't know. This team just feels very disjointed to me, and I don't like the Terra Captains very much. I think this Magius is pretty good, but
yeah,
Moltres Galar does not have a whole lot of staying power, so you kind of have one shot to like really get it going. And if you're gonna be banking your Terra on it, I don't think that's a gamble I'd be wanting to make.
yeah. Granted, the Moltres Terra gamble did pay off for him week one. I think that was the only reason he won week one, though I haven't watched the game yet. So, yeah. Another thing that I feel like I need to mention is massive speed gap from Zeraora to Latios. Actually, it's not really that massive, but it's a decent sized speed gap nonetheless. I feel like in Nat
Mhm.
decks you really want that base 120 at least. So
Oh, Speaking of Zeraora, it's weird to say this about a team with two Levitate Pokemon and a Flying type, but like this team does not like dealing with ground types that well.
yeah,
Your only ground resist is Swadloon, and yeah, you have three immunities, but like you don't have much to hit it super effectively other than Prim, which is not gonna like taking an Earthquake, and that makes things really awkward for Zeraora, which wants to be a late game cleaner.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And I don't know what I was about to say, but uh, I yeah, I don't think I have much else to say about it.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
hazards, the hazards look okay, but yeah, I think they. Oh yeah, they only have I think one hazard remover, which is Great Tusk.
I think Lottie gets defog.
Yeah, but I mean, are you gonna
You don't want
run
your Mega to be
defog?
defogging.
Are you? You don't want Latios to be defogging.
Yeah,
Like,
especially because it can't run boots, so it's gonna be taking rocks damage. Even if it's immune to other hazards, taking rocks damage is never fun.
yeah, the hazard setters are okay, I guess. Rocks on Great Tusk and Heatran, and then Garbodor gets like spikes, T spikes. Swaddling with webs is pretty good for the speed problem, but yeah,
I mean, when are you bringing Swadloon?
I don't know. I don't know. But uh
Yeah, I would give this team like a B minus or a C plus. I think I don't like it very much.
yeah, I'll go C plus. Meet you in the middle.
All right, I think there's definitely worse to come.
Yeah,
I'm gonna spoil it. I think the top eight teams are much better than the bottom eight teams, like in terms of
yeah.
picking order.
To be honest, I've only really looked at the top eight.
That's fair.
All right, next up, the Gainesville Gardevoir is coached by Psycho. Gliscor first pick, which is certainly a choice. Mega Scissor, Awomomoa Dondozo, both Terras. Blissey Toxapex, That is very interesting. Talonflame, Tapu Bulu, Archaludon, and Wigglytuff. This team
Why?
had so much promise at the first two picks, and then it just all fell apart.
Well, okay, no, this is a coherent team because Blood
Yeah,
drafted stall. The bigger question is why did Blood draft stall?
yeah.
And like, oh man,
I love
there's
Dondozo. I love the concept of Dondozo Blissey. I love that. Physical wall, special wall, both super annoying to take down. And yeah,
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I do find it kind of funny that this team has three water types.
yeah. Granted,
And
two
like,
of them can Terra, but yeah,
what are you doing with Terra Alomomola? That's my question. Like, I don't know. I look at this team and I'm like, Clodsire was on the board. You could have just taken Clodsire over Dondozo, and it would make this team a lot better.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. Because I mean, even without Dondozo, you still have Owomomoa Blissey, which is still super good because Owomomoa is more Fizz Def. And
Hmm.
yeah, Toxapex is really good for like wearing other things down, getting like Toxic Stall off. So yeah,
I mean, I think it's a solid stall team. Don't get me wrong.
yeah,
I just think that a few decisions made are a little bit questionable. Like, I think this is very much like a do nothing draft when like even having like a trapper like Gothitelle or Dugtrio would make this team work so much better.
yeah, yeah,
I don't know. There's definitely promise here. I just think it was a little poorly executed in the drafting stage.
yeah. I'm a big fan of Gliscor Mega Scissor. Gliscor is like one of the best hazard setters in the game. And Mega Scissor is like one of the better megas, even though this is a hidden power league.
Yeah, but what HP Fire's one-shotting Scizor?
Yeah, exactly. Alright, so what grade we giving Stall?
um, I think it's like a fair B tier. I think I mean the biggest problem with this team is that like you have to outplay your opponent pretty much every week, and they know what
Yeah,
you're bringing. But a lot of people don't like fighting stall, so I think you have a pretty solid chance with just that alone.
yeah, yeah. Agreed. Agreed. Alright, last one of the top eight, we have the St. Louis Battle Haluchas with Mega Alakazam. I don't think it has Nasty Plot in this. King
Oh God.
Gambit, Raging Bolt, Scream Tell My Goat, Terradarm, or Terra Univadarm, I should specify. Nidoqueen, Terra Fortress, Hisuian Decidueye, Terra Cramorant, and Basculegion, which I don't think Basculegion has last respects either, so yeah, judging by the 11 point.
Yeah. And there's 2 points left over, which I think is the most confusing thing of all to me.
Yeah,
Um, I look at this team and I think about what it could have been as a Sun team. Because like
yeah,
this team with because like I just want to go over what is still on the board and would make for an amazing Sun team. Walking Wake is still on the board. Gouging Fire is still on the board. Ninetales, which I think is a better Sun setter than Torkoal, don't at me, is still on the board. Um, all your Chlorophyll guys are still on the board. I think Hisuian Lilligant might be taken. But other than that, you have all the ones you want for the most part. So like, there's a like this team could become a terrifying Sun team, and instead it's just kind of like limp defense with not amazing offense to back it up.
yeah. Like, defense is pretty much Scream Tail, and that's it. And Scream
It's
Tail,
Screamtail and then a little bit of King Gambit Nidoqueen.
yeah, and Scream Tail, like, in my experience using it, you need like another like just like at least like another like Wally Pokemon just to like play off of it. So
Hmm.
yeah. But I'm trying to look for any weird things. Terra Fortress is interesting. Granted, I think you're probably going to be using the Terra on Darmanitan just to boost Flare Blitz, but I don't hate Terra Fortress that much, but Fortress overall isn't the best.
Yeah, it's pretty underwhelming, especially on the special side. But like, you can overwhelm with physical attacks pretty easily. Like banded close combat is like 60% from pretty much any strong fighting type.
Yeah. Yeah. Seems like my dock is getting all the logos back, so that's fun. Terra Cramorant, not the greatest thing in the world. You're wanting to Terra the other things more often, but yeah, to be honest, I'm not even sure what Cramorant does.
It has the gorging form where it spits out a Pikachu at you and then it paralyzes all your stuff. So like not bad for 2 points,
Yeah,
but also like
not
I
awful.
I don't know what Basculation does here. And it's only is it the male form only or is it both?
I think it's both. I'm not certain.
Let me see. Bascu Legion. Yeah, no, they're split. This is only the male form.
Okay.
Um, which I personally think is worse than the female form because like yeah, Wave Crash is strong, but you don't have a ghost move to click.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like
exactly. Since, well, Last Respect is obviously banned in this, so yeah.
yeah, and then, I mean, you can click Shadow Ball, but the other one has a much stronger Shadow Ball. Like especially multiplicatively with adaptability. So I think you just use the other one and run like Scald Shadow Ball and then just I don't know.
Yeah.
This Basculation form is weird to me. There's a lot of choices here that's like, why? Like, why is there Hisuian Decidueye there? What is bro doing here? Why is
Yeah.
there like two and why is there two Sucker Punch Pokemon that pretty much only want to click their Sucker Punch equivalent? Why is Zam a million points faster than everything else, and the next fastest is Screamtail?
Yeah. Yeah, the speed tiers here aren't great. So, yeah, obviously missing like that 120 or just something like above Scream Tone between Zam. And you're missing like the base 100, which I consider to be one of the more important speed tiers.
Yeah, I mean, Dharma at 95 can like kind of fill it, and
Yeah.
you do get around most of your speed tier problems by having King Gamut and Raging Bolt clicking Sucker Punch and Thunderclap. But I don't know. I feel like a lot of this team's game plan is just sack 5 Pokemon for King Gambit, and if that's the case, I think there's much more powerful Pokemon left on the draft board that could be sacked, like Walking Wake in Sun.
Yeah. And something to note with the King Gambit in game, this is like the highest like skill division in RPA, so King Gambit in games probably ain't gonna work that well
Yeah,
since well everyone knows the games. So yeah,
I don't know. This is the first team of what could have been. And there's a lot more of what could have been to come. I looked ahead on a lot of these teams, and I kind of cringed about how much it hurt that it was like almost great.
oh god, okay, all right. So what tier are we giving this one?
Uh, I'm torn between like B and C because like it is like the top three are scary. Darm with Terra is scary, but like it's not a whole lot to fall back on.
Yeah, I'm personally going with like I think I'll go C tier for now,
All right.
and we'll decide later. All right, finally on to the second row. Only took us what like 30 minutes,
Oh
34
God.
minutes. So we got the Stand Power Staraptors, Tapu Lele Tapu Fini, Zygarde Terra Magneton round 4. Let that one sink in.
I saw that
Mega.
and I could not believe it.
I'm only now just reacting to the bottom like 8 teams and oh man. But at any rate, Mega Venusaur, Chansey, Skarmory, Terra Incineroar, Kadabra, Rotom, Primeape, Terra Ninjask. The double
Oh man,
Tapu is certainly a choice. This team is slow as hell.
this team does not want Tapu Lele on it. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah,
Like especially when your expanding force button is Kadabra. Like, you could have gotten like Iron Crown. That's a great expanding force button. And
Yeah,
instead you got freaking Terra Magneton, which traps one Pokemon of the enemy team that they might have to bring it because you have Layla, you need your steel type.
yeah,
But like this team already bullies steel types very well with just Zygarde.
yeah, and you already have like you have a better steel type with Skarmory, and although I don't love Chansey, Chansey plays pretty well off Skarmory, kind of a discount Skarm voice combo. So yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I just why round 4 Terra Magneton? There's so many better Pokemon, so many better Terra Captains, so many better. I don't know. There's just so many better things that could have been with this team. Because I think like Tapu Fini works so well, and then you turn on your Psychic Terrain, and all of a sudden your Wincon can't click Extreme Speed,
yeah,
so it's just like waiting, and it's just clicking Dragon Dance, just hoping or Coil and hoping to be free. But like you could have just not had the Lele.
yeah, yeah. That's my thoughts exactly. Like, yeah, this team confuses me so much, and also add in that I think your hazard removers are Defog Lele, Defog Rotom, and Defog Skarmory, which isn't great for a team that I think wants to hazard
Yeah,
stack.
a team that one needs to hazard stack and two has two terrain setters, so you're getting rid of your own terrain and your own hazards
Yeah,
because you don't have rapid spin. But like your defensive Pokemon can't run boots. Like Venusaur can't run boots. Chansey can't run boots. Zygarde wants leftovers. Finny probably wants leftovers, but it could run boots like reasonably well.
yeah,
But like this team just gets destroyed by hazards because like once you set them up, they just have to get rid of their like best source of offense.
yeah, yeah. And I feel like with the Chansey Skarm, you want to be switching around a lot too. So yeah, it's just very, very clunky.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a scary team. Any team with Lele and Zygarde and then that defensive core is going to be scary.
Yeah.
But like, I think the bottom four picks could have been much better utilized, and I think Magneton Terra is just like you can point and laugh
Magneton
at it.
Magneton Terra is just like, I mean, just like drop it and just pick something else because like you can't go any worse. I mean,
I mean,
Magneton
look, I
Terra is like it's not awful, but like, why'd you take it round 4?
like I get it on the level of I have two fairy types. Fairy types don't like steel types. Let me get Terra Magneton. It beats all steel types.
Yeah,
But they kind of forgot that the round before they drafted Zygarde, which destroys all steel types.
yeah, exactly.
Other than like I guess Alolan Sandslash, which yippee.
Yeah. The only way I think they drafted round 4 Magneton is if they lost a bet. That's the only way.
I mean look, we're gonna see a different round four steel type. I think there's there's multiple ways for this to come about.
Yep. All right.
I give this team
Any
a B tier.
okay.
It's too scary to not be a B tier, but it's a B tier.
Yeah, all right.
This is very 2D.
I'll build up some anticipation for the next one because the next one's a doozy.
Okay, it's not that bad. It's kind of bad, but it's not that bad.
All right. We have Mega Mawile Rotom Wash. Already very, very strong synergy right off the bat. Salazzle, round 3 is a choice. And presenting the pick of all time that is only rivaled by some guy who I saw that round one a Pikachu in an Ubers league. Round 4 Ferroseed. You have Terracumpe, Slowbro, Zoroark Kasui, Cyclizar with no Shed Tail, Tinglu, surprised it went that late, Terra Sandy Shocks, and Altaria.
First off, I have to say, shoutouts to Lunar for pulling off the snipe of a fucking lifetime. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Amstead wanted Ferrothorn so bad, and it just got taken away. So bro was like, I I guess I'm gonna take Paraseed.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, and the Terra on this team confuses me so much. Why Terra Sandy Shocks? You have Salazzle and Pharisee. Just Terra those two guys with Terra Comfey, and now you have like a perfect set of Terra caps.
Yeah.
Why do you have Altaria there? No, man.
Sandy Shocks also confuses me because you have Ting Wu as a ground type hazard stacker. You don't really need the role overlap.
Yeah, especially because you already have an electric type. So like you're just picking it for the speed tier? Question mark. But like, there's other guys with 100 speed that
Yeah.
are better.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then just like who invited Altaria? Just regular old Altaria.
I don't know. I don't know. Especially because you already have Cyclozar for a dragon type.
Like Altaria does Perish Trap decently okay, and Dragon Dance a lot worse. But like, I don't know. And like Cyclozar, like you said, Cyclozar is there as a dragon type, but like
I mean, it's not really a
I only
dragon
see
type.
Cyclozar as Cyclozar is a speed stat with knockoff and U-turn and rapid
Yeah.
spin, and that's about all it is.
Yeah.
Like I think Cyclozar is buns.
I mean, I think Cyclozar sucks even with Shed Tail, so like, yeah.
Okay, let's not get crazy here.
I mean, I had Shed Tail Cyclozar in one league, and I dropped it for Dragonite and it saved my season. So yeah,
Okay, well that's because D Knight's broken. Is D Knight even taken in this league? D Knight's on the board. I'm so mad.
yeah. I may have to beat the change I want to see in the world. I don't know.
I mean, it's 15 points. It's a little expensive. I get that, but like
Yeah,
D Knight, never goes wrong.
yeah. But overall for this team, like I touched on it when I was initially introducing the team. I really love Mega Ball while Rotom Wash. They complement each other really nicely. I like Rotom Wash plus like bulky steel type. Like I think Rotom Wash Mega Scissor was like a duo I've ran on Watt and Speed tours, and Rotom Wash Mega Mawile works just as well in my opinion. Granted, Mawile, I think Mawile only gets like Baton Pass to pivot, but yeah,
I mean, but Pass is better than most other steel types.
yeah. And Slowbro, it's okay, I guess. I
Honestly, I think Slowbro synergizes with Mega Mob better than Rotom Wash does because I mean, what does Slowbro lure? Dark types, ghost types, and grass types, all of which Mobile will just sit on,
yeah, yeah,
and bug types, but like be fucking for real.
yeah.
I don't
But
know. It felt like, like those. This is gonna sound weird, but like the Wordle where you try to solve two different words in the same Wordle.
yeah,
That's what this team feels like to me. Like it's trying to build two different teams with the same like 11 Pokemon, but like it just doesn't. That's just not how the game plays.
yeah, yeah. All right. I don't have any more like remarks on this. Just had to plug my laptop in just in case. It's not low, but uh, doing it so that way I don't have to do it later. All right, so let's
You
see.
said this past team was a disappointment. This team is a disappointment to me. This team hurts my heart. The one that's coming up next.
Oh God. Okay. Before we do, what tier are we giving this?
I think this is probably my least favorite team we've seen thus far.
Yeah, me too. I'm about to give this thing a D tier.
You know what? I'm with you, brother.
Yeah. It just started out so strong and then it fell apart.
Just you wait.
Yeah. All right, here we go. The Houston Happy, coached by Diabetic Raichu. Uh, Naganadel, No Nasty Plot, Tornadus Therian, Excadrill, Rotom House, which means they get all the Rotom forms, like Rotom Wash, Rotom Heat, Rotom Mow. etc. They can choose whichever rotom they run in a specific week. Terra Reuniclus, Gigalith, Terra Quilladin, Terra Beware, Corsola Galar, Gramble, and Mega Absol.
First of all, how the hell did Rotom House fall to round 4? That just sounds like a disgusting bundle to get. I would have taken that round 1 personally.
Yeah,
Uh, just kidding, all of them. But second off, look at how good the first 6 Pokemon are, and just how nothing the rest of them are. Like, you you have access to Houndstone with Sand Rush and Last Respect, and you didn't take it because why?
yeah, I don't get that, like, at
Instead, you
all.
get Instead, you get Corsola, which just loses to every single knockoff and just does absolutely nothing. You get Granbull, which is Intimidate and Thunder Wave on a Pokemon, and that's all the good traits it has. And then you have Mega Absol, which does nothing but just take up your Mega slot for like a really bad Pokemon that doesn't hit for much damage and doesn't outspeed much, and just has coverage and ability that it can't make any use of because it has no bulk.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
This could have
Exactly.
been such a good sand team because you have like Torn, which is a great pivot. You have Gigalith, which is a great sand setter. You have Rotom, which is all great pivots. Terra Reuniclus, which is a Terra that doesn't care about sand. Naganadel is a great Pokemon. Excadrill is a premier sand sweeper. And then the last 5 Pokemon just completely fall apart on the promise that was like set up because like it could have been Houndstone. It could have been a aggressive sand team, but instead it's like limp bulk with no pivoting and no ability to switch around at all. Just, you know, for the sake of it, I guess.
Yeah. Like, if there's a one pick that I don't hate out of the last few, it's the Terra Quilladin, but, like, I'm trained to like just, like, 2-point NFE Pokemon that feel like a niche role. Quilladin feels like a niche role being a spike setter, but, like, yeah, you could have had Houndstone on there. But I don't get why they pick Quilladin, like, round 7.
Okay,
So,
don't hop off my goat. Okay, Quilden's awesome.
yeah, Quilladin is awesome. But I probably would have picked it like a round or two later, but yeah. Because you still have like Groddle to fall back on if it gets sniped. So,
I don't know, man.
yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah, the 2-point like starters or starter middle evolutions is why I didn't really like the Simi-Zero pick because I think Terra Crocolore is also available for 2 points, which I mean I've used quite a bit and it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. It's really good.
Yeah. But
I don't know. I think this team needs to make a lot of transactions because like it's so close to like having an actualized game plan, and then it just doesn't, and then you just have Mega Absol for no reason. When
yeah.
like there's so many better Megas in or out of sand, and there's actual Megas that take advantage of sand that you could be using. But no, you just have stupid Absol that, tries to magic bounce back a Stealth Rock and it just gets destroyed by whatever's in front of it because you just click an attack.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so if the last team was a D tier, are we ranking this? Uh,
I mean, look, it's better. Don't get me wrong,
it
it's
is
better. But
definitely better because it has a coherent top six. So
this is the most disappointing draft team I've ever seen in my life. So like, I
yeah,
hate it personally, but as a team itself, I give it like a C plus.
yeah, they're bringing disrespect to the Houston name.
Unreal. Make sure to subscribe to youtube.com/brokenpinky if you want to see a good Houston team. Woo!
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. Houston Dracos, they're undefeated so far.
yes,
You're
yeah,
playing your
but so
game.
far.
You're playing your game later today. So yeah,
We might not be. My opponent may or may not be home in time. We'll see.
yeah. All right. Next up, we have my favorite team name of all time, Suck My Shroomish, coached by Helix. We have Zamazenta Crowned Garchomp Greninja, Terra Araquanid, Sylveon, Terra Raikou, Moltres, Vileplume, Komala, Mesprit, and Terra Hatchrim.
Yet another case of this Pokemon I wanted got sniped, so I'm gonna take a worse version of it. Except this time it's Rabombi, so instead you take a Raquanid.
Yep. Yep. The Araquanid's not awful. It's like one of the better web setters in my opinion. Even though I haven't used it, I think I prefer like Vikavolt to Araquanid. So yeah, but it's not useless. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean I understand why Raquanid was taken, but like I don't think this is a team that needs webs.
yeah. Like the speed tiers are actually decent. So yeah, you
Like
have
you're
1/3. Actually, no, Zamazenta is a 128.
mhm.
Then 122 with Greninja, 115 with the Terra Raikou, and then 102 with Garchomp. So yeah, the higher speed tiers are pretty good, and doesn't drop off immediately. You have 90 with Moltres, 80 with Mesprit, and I forget what's next. I think it may be the Sylveon.
It might be Sylveon or Kamala at 65.
Yeah,
But I mean the speed tiers are really good, so I don't think you need webs.
yeah,
Like I think a
exactly.
Raquanid could just be like deleted from this team and you could just have a better Pokemon.
Yeah, yeah. Just overall, a better water type would do it, in my opinion,
I
since
mean, you
Rin
already
is
have
a fake
Greninja.
water.
You already have Greninja. It's a great Pokemon.
Yeah,
Especially because like Greninja and Garchomp are going to be boosting their speed with Scale Shot and Battle Bond respectively.
yeah.
So like, why? But
I
yeah, I
don't
mean,
know.
other than Araquanid, this is a great team because Garchomp and Greninja are great spike setters that this team would really love to use. Garchomp and Greninja kind of just set spikes for each other to go ham in the end game. Sylveon's a great Wish Passer, especially to keep Zamazenta alive. In general, the defensive core in this team is like obnoxious, like beyond all end. Because Sylveon takes care of most special attackers, and then between Zamazenta, Moltres, and Vileplume, you never want to hit this team physically.
Yeah. One thing that I feel this team really could have done is not Terra or Araquanid or Hatchrim and have Rocco Terra Mesprit.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been so good. Like, I used Terra Mesprit in another league, and it was really, really good. It was fun to use. So, yeah,
Yeah, I mean Terramesprit is a really good mon. I mean we already talked about the other Lake Pixies, and Terramesprit has the most flexibility of all of them, which in draft means it's pretty freaking solid.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I mean there are a few nothing Pokemon. I think Kamala and Hatchrim are like moves more than they are Pokemon,
yeah,
but it's pretty solid all around.
yeah. I, like I said, I don't hate it. Granted, I think this is probably going to be the best team of this may be the best team of the bottom eight. I don't know. I haven't looked yet. So, yeah, best team of the bottom eight by far, or thus far.
Yeah, at least so far. Yeah, it's the best thing we've seen in a good while. I
Yeah.
would give it like an A minus, but like the most minus A minus.
All right. I'm just gonna go A minus minus. All
This
right.
actually is also pretty good, actually. Now that I think about it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Next up, we have the Deus Volibines, coached by a winner. They have KB, Mega Diancie, Slowking, Ferrothorn, sniping Ferrothorn from Amston, so you had to go Ferroseed. Terra Minchow, Terra Arctozolt, Mandibuzz, Miltank, Inteleon, Terra Misdreavus, and Marowak. So the Marowak pick is interesting. I don't like it. Because surely Sandslash had to have been like 3 points.
Let's see.
Wait,
Sand Slash was 4 points.
ah, damn.
Yeah, I mean ground types in 3 points. There's not a whole lot.
Yeah,
Um, I'm gonna be honest, and you might laugh at me for this. But if there's any team that could, take Terra Magneton round 4 that I wouldn't judge, it would be this one.
yeah,
Because Kyurem Black and Mega Diancie want those steel types gone, and this team does not do a great job at removing them, other than the Mienshao.
yeah. And even then, I think they would have had like Terra Magnezone too as an option. So yeah, But
I mean, it's a good team. It just sucks that your only electric immunity is really really bad. Actually, no, Arctic gets Volt Absorb. But you want to run Slush Rush more often with Slowking because
yeah, chill your reception.
Bolt Beak.
Yeah,
Bolt Beak is a move.
yep. Uh, Trying to
This is a very
find
almost team. Like it's
words.
almost there, but like, why is Inteleon here? Why is Marowak here? And then where's your Fire type to get rid of all the Steel types that are gonna ruin your day?
Yeah, yeah. I don't think they need Inteleon like at all, in my opinion.
I agree.
So yeah, but the first three picks or the first four picks, I like really like. I mean, Ferrothorn could probably be like something like a Magnezone, but like, I mean, it can hazard stack pretty well, and
I mean, Ferrothorn is good on this team.
yeah,
Don't get me wrong.
it's really good, really good.
Slowking Ferrothorn is a good core, especially with Mana Buzz and Miltank. I mean, it's pretty solid bulk.
Yeah,
Um, and Bianchad's a very reliable pivot, very sturdy. Speeches on this team are kind of sus because you have Inteleon as your fastest, but I
yeah,
mean, Inteleon as your fastest is actually pretty fine. Especially if you're gonna have some like Slush Rush Arctozolt. But if you're not bringing Inteleon every week, which I don't think you would with this team, it's pretty slow because then your fastest is Mega Diancie at only 110 and it can't run a Choice Scarf.
yeah. I feel like Inteleon was just here for the speed tier, nothing
That's
else.
fair.
So yeah, that's a bit of an awkward thing. So yeah, I honestly like don't have a lot to say about it. Terra Misdreavus is underrated in my opinion, but like you're gonna want a Terra like Arctozold or Mienshao.
Yeah.
To be honest, you could be able to get away with dropping Terra Misdreavus and then Marowak can get Sand Slash or something. I don't know. Because
No, no.
I don't know how. Well, a Ghost type is useful on this team for spin blocking, but yeah, I'm not sure where you would fit one in, is the question.
Hmm.
So, yeah, that's honestly about all I gotta say about this. KB Megadaya is like a terrifying core on paper. So, yeah, like I said, top four picks, super good.
Yeah. I mean, top four picks are really good.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, honestly, I could say like the top eight are really good, and the last three just don't really support them that well. And even in the top eight, there's like questionable synergy.
yeah, yeah. All right, well, you know the drill. What are grade or what are tier or whatever.
This is a solid, uh, either B or B plus in my opinion.
All right, I'll just go B right now. Okay, yo, we have the Terra Crocodile team. Let's go. So we have the FC Monterey Quaza, coached by Christian. Dragapult. How did Dragapult last that long?
How did Polt Mega Lade last to pick 14?
Dragapult, Megawade, Hisui Samurott, Glomora, Ursaluna, Empoleon, Terra Togekiss, Terra Electivire, Thwackey, and Terra Crocalor. I am I'm stunned Pult Megawade lasted this long. Same with Hisuian Samurott, to be honest.
Yeah, they stayed forever.
Yeah. Yeah, really strong hazard stack with Hisuian Samurott and Glomora. Uh as always, like Pult and Megawade, they tend to work well off that. Same thing with Ursaluna. Not many things want to come in on this. I feel like they could have done better for a special attacker because I mean Dragapult only has like a base 100 special attack stat, so yeah, I feel like they could have done better there, but I don't hate it.
Yeah, it just kind of sucked that if you want a special breaker, then your option is like Specs Glamora or Terra Fairy Specs Togekiss. Or I
Yeah,
guess Terra Flying Specs Togekiss also does the job. But like, you still hit decently hard on the special side with stuff like Empoleon, but this is definitely more physically oriented team, and that is kind of a shame because it does leave a bit of a gaping hole on the special side, and it's not like the team can't fill it.
yeah,
Um, but like, I don't know, Samurott and Glamora on the same team confuse me because they both want to be hazard leads on an offensive team, but like, why have both when do you only have one Pokemon that can lead?
yeah, yeah. I feel like with the Empoleon, I feel like Hisuian Samurai may be like more expendable in like trades, in my opinion. Though, yeah, either or could be dropped.
Hmm.
So,
But it's a solid team. It works.
yeah,
It's just not mind blowing. Like it doesn't reach the same highs as some of the other teams you've been over before.
yeah. Terra Crocolore gives it a couple points for me. I love Terra Crocolore. Thwacky is interesting. Uh, I'm not entirely sure that this team loves grassy terrain, especially with like Ursaluna. Granted, Ursaluna can quick headlong rush, but I found myself like not really wanting to get like my defenses dropped, especially when Ursaluna is the bulkiest thing on this team,
Yeah.
aside from like Empoleon. So that means it's going to be clicking EQ, and terrain actively hinders that.
Also,
So
like, actually no. I was gonna say that like Togepiss is like barely a wish passer, but this team doesn't really need wish passing.
yeah,
I don't know. I think Evire and Thwacky just kind of confuse me a little bit, but
yeah,
other than that, it's a pretty solid team. Again, a speed tier gap from Pole to Mega Lade, but
yeah,
you know, weird speed tiers aside, it's still a pretty solid team.
yeah. And Togekiss is pretty useful for keeping Ursaluna healthy since it doesn't get the move Moonlight like Ursaluna Blood Moon does. So Wish would be helpful there, but yeah, it doesn't really need Wish to succeed.
Oh, I just looked on the board. Rotomo is available for 9 points. So if you drop Electivire and Thwacky, you can afford Rotomo. So
Yeah,
that's probably what I would do with this team, and then I would drop one of either Glamor or Hisuian Samurott, and use those points to get something that fills in that speed gap.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. I would probably, to be honest, I would probably get like I'd probably drop Hisuian Samurai because Gomora I think gets like Mortal Spin, which is Poison type Rapid Spin, I think.
Hmm.
And with a Hazards Tech team, you don't really want to be clicking Defog to remove hazards. So yeah, that'd be what I'd do.
Hmm.
But
There's
yeah,
definitely some options available.
yeah. Overall, not bad. Let's see. Top of the team out so we can give the grade. Granted, this team is definitely not as bad as like some of the other teams.
Yeah.
It's just mid,
Hmm. I agree.
which mid for this is like B minus.
Yeah. I think this is definitely a solid B tier.
Yeah, yeah. All right, on to the last two teams. We have the Houston Huge Power, coached by Blue, who swears he is not washed, even though he got gooed by a Chatot in the Speed Tour. Uh, we have Landorus with Sheer Force, Scissor, Meowscarada, love that mon, Como-O, Weezingowr, Terra Hisuian Arcanine, Frostlass, Mega Slowbro, Terra Electrode Hisui, and Terra Swigu Hisui, and also Furret.
And also for it.
Furret's here too.
Anyway, Adam, you like Meowscarada? What? What do you mean? I didn't know that.
I wonder why. I wonder what gave that away considering I've drafted it in literally every league. Like
Yeah, you drafted like
Screamtail.
8 times in a row instead of drafting a better Pokemon in a league you may or may not currently be in, but I digress.
Yeah, we may be fixing that soon. I don't know. But anyways, so back to the task at hand. It's a team. It is certainly a team that exists.
It's a team out of 10.
Yeah, Terra and Electra is probably one of the better like kind of like low tier Terra captains, like six
It's
points and
phenomenal.
under. So yeah, it's a nice number two Terra captain, and Hisuian Arcanine's not or it's pretty good for a Terra captain too. Terra normal E
Yeah.
speed. You know quite a bit about the powers of that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird because I have Terra Lucario in the current league. And the problem I've had with it is that I think it's broken beyond belief, but I have too many other demons on my team, so I can't let it shine.
Yeah,
So like I don't really know how good it is by itself.
yeah,
Um, but like just doing Calyx, it's honestly not as strong as like you'd think it would be. Because like I'm prepping like for a Greninja this in this week's game. And I'm pretty sure that like with Life Orb, Terra Normal E Speed doesn't even break like 90% on Greninja, which is insane because it's Greninja, which is super frail, but it just doesn't do a lot. You really need hazards to make it work. And luckily you have hazards with Lando, Komao, Meowscarada, and unfortunately that's it.
yeah, yeah. Uh,
I don't know. This is another team where it's like these are 11 Pokemon that don't work well together, but some of them are pretty good. But like
yeah,
there's the synergy is a little bit missing.
yeah. Like I feel like they just like I feel like they just like drafted speed tiers or just drafted like looking at like a type chart or something. Because like if you over focus on that, you may end up with something worse, and that may be what happened here. I don't know.
Yeah. And like I don't really know what Sligo and Ferd are gonna be doing on this team because like I
Yeah,
don't know. And Slowbro Mega, every time I see someone take Slowbro Mega, it tells me that they wanted Slowbro and they didn't get it fast enough, so they had to settle for what they could get. Because Mega Bro, in my opinion, is pretty underwhelming, and even if you can make it work, I feel like this is not a great team to make Mega Bro work.
yeah. Just looking at something. Okay, yeah, Slowbro is taken. I was just making sure.
Yeah, Bro got taken pretty early, from what I remember.
Yeah. All right. Well, uh, we don't have anything more to say about that. We can get into the last team, but what tier are we giving this?
Uh, like B minus or C plus, I think, somewhere on that edge.
All right, I will go. I'll go B. I'll go C plus. Like it's like very high C plus though for me.
Yeah.
Well, you want to know what didn't get taken super early? Uh, the round whatever like is it like 8 or 9 Latios on this next one?
Yeah.
So we got a nice little duo that you're very familiar with. So we have Mega Metacham Melmetal, Terra Bombi, Iron Bundle, Terra Chinchino, Gastrodon, Zarude, Latios, Colossal, which is Terra, and Sableye. So I'll let you talk about this one because you're very familiar with Latios and Iron Bundle.
Yeah. Well, actually, before I say that, I gotta love the wonderful synergy of Rabombi setting up sticky webs only for Chinchino to tidy them up away.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, but yeah, Iron Bundle Latios, I personally think Iron Bundle is a super slept on Pokemon in drafts. Because it's a phenomenal lead in pretty much any game you ever want. Has unresisted stabs. Hits super hard, is super fast, loves running boots. It's a great pivot, hits super hard. I think Iron Bundle's great.
Yeah,
And Latios. synergizes well with that because where Iron Bundle can clean, Latios can break really well with stuff like Specs Draco. It gets Mystical Fire back in Nat decks, which is super nice. Flip Turn is an amazing, pivoting move. Lost to Purge, got buffed to be pretty solid. Although usually when I use Latios, I don't really want to use Luster Purge because
Yeah.
I want to use Latios for specs, and Luster Purge doesn't super work on spec sets that well. I actually think Psychic Noise is a much better buff to a Psychic move for this thing because allowing it to turn off Lefty's Recovery and even Regenerator is super nice. So having Latios having that is really nice. But I don't know. Overall, I think you have some good pivot. I think there's good pivots on this team to bring in your hard hitters like Mediate, Melmetal, and Lottie. Um, but that's kind of all this team is. Like it's very offense geared. There's not really a defensive core at all. And there's a decent bit of anti synergy with that Chinchino there.
Yeah. Chinchino feels like there was like no other like hazard removers and they just like, yeah, I need one in a pinch. And that was the best they could come up with.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely a weird team. I think Mega Medi and Melmetal are phenomenal Pokemon. I think Iron Bundle, Gastrodon, Zarude, Latios, Terra Colossal, all amazing.
Yeah.
But I don't think Rabambi is a good Terra captain. I don't think Chinchino fits with this team very well. And Sableye is just kind of here to have a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. I the team just looks like so like weird to me just like in general. Like Gastrodon being like one of like your two hazard setters is pretty awkward for me. And you know me, I don't really like type overlap that much. And it obviously overlaps a bit with the bundle for the water type. Granted, it's nice to have a bulky water, but yeah,
I mean, in my experience, having two waters with Iron Bundle is perfectly fine. Now,
yeah,
granted, the water I had was Lantern, which I dropped very quickly for the superior electric water type Belly Bolt.
yeah,
Um,
exactly.
but I think it's fine with Bundle because you want, like you said, the bulky water to fall back on, which is Gastrodon. Where it struggles for me is that Gastrodon is the only bulky Pokemon to rely on, other than Colossal and Elemental, which do not have reliable recovery.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, yeah, that's all the teams. So,
Yeah.
yes, it's we're gonna rank them in order, or are we just settling on like the tiers?
Um, I'm down to do an order maybe.
All right. Uh, Also, what tier are we giving this so that way we can go in order a bit easier?
I think this gets a like a B minus.
All right, we'll go B minus, and let's rank the teams in order. So, starting with the A tiers, we have the Golden State Golden Goes, the Winnipeg Jet Punches, the Dynamic Dittos, and Helix's team. So, yeah,
So just those three you said?
just those four.
Wait, what was the fourth one you said?
Golden State Golden Goes, Winnipeg Jet Punches, Dynamic Dittos, and then Helix's team, which are the Shroomish.
Oh, it's like my Shroomish.
Yeah.
Um, actually thinking about it more. I think Jay Scurf has the best team here.
All right.
Do you agree or disagree?
I agree.
All right.
I agree. I love Chimpan's Zapdos. It was a key they were key contributors on my RPA championship team in the Aracuda division, and yeah, really good team overall. Second place, I think we'll both agree that it should be Golden State Golden Goes.
Absolutely, yeah. That team is broken.
And then probably the Dynamic Dittos third.
Yeah, I give third to the Dittos, and then I think fourth is gonna be the Shroomish.
Yeah. All right. Let's top four. So let me look at the B tiers. So
Wait, didn't we put the? Did we have any A minuses? I thought we put the
those
Tapu
were
Koko Katas into A minus.
I said B plus.
Oh, okay.
So I've kind of just lumped all like the different like pluses and minuses into the same thing. So yeah.
Gotcha.
All right, so for the B tiers, I want to avoid saying the Atlanta R box for now, since we said fringe C plus B minus. So we have the Tapu Cocoada, Gainesville Gardevoirs, the Stand Power Raptors, uh, the Deus Volibis, the FC Monterey Quaza, and the Portland Porygons.
I think fifth is definitely the top of Kokolkatas.
Yeah,
After that, I definitely think FC gets the six.
all right.
Do you agree? I don't know.
Yeah,
After that, probably the King K Bool.
all right.
I don't
Portland
know.
Porygons. This is where it starts to get hard to rank. So,
Yeah.
yeah, all right.
So you said the Gainesville Gardevoirs and the Stand Powers to Raptors.
Yes.
I like the Gainesville Gardevoirs more than the other one.
All right. Jot it down on the list. If I can even type right. All right, and right, that team's ranked. That team's ranked. This is very, very professional. All right. Okay, so then you have the Deus Volibis as the last B tier.
Oh, I put the Deus Volibis above both of those actually, above the Gardevoirs and the Staraptors. I forgot
Okay,
that was a B tier.
yeah. I only noticed it after I started querying teams out.
Hmm.
All right, time to get the bottom six. So for the I'm just gonna state the C pluses. So Atlanta R box, Deranged Ditto, Houston Happy, and the Houston Huge Power.
All right. Here's where it gets real hard.
Yeah.
Um, I think out of these four, hmm, I'm torn because like I think that the Deranged Ditto has better Pokemon, but I think the Houston Happening just can bring their top six.
Yeah.
So I'm leaning towards Houston Happening, I think, even though I hate this team with everything in me.
Yeah.
Makes me so sad.
I'm willing to give the nod to him. And then,
Um,
hmm,
I think then Deranged Ditto, Houston Huge Power, and then Atlanta Arbox maybe.
yeah, I like that.
All right, bet.
And then the last
And
two should be fairly straightforward.
yeah, St. Louis Battle, Luchas, and then Mini or TBC.
Right. Minior TBC was just so tragic.
I
But
mean, I think the St. Louis Battle, Luchas, and Houston Happening were like so close to being great weather teams, and they just didn't enact on it. Our brainwaves didn't sync up, unfortunately.
yeah. All right. And just like that, power rankings are done.
Woo.
So thank you for joining me on this journey. I honestly definitely couldn't have done it without you, because I am not that great with power rankings, but saw the opportunity and went for it. So yeah, but
Happy to help.
yeah, I'll definitely leave your channel in the description so that way people can see what a real Houston team is capable of. So
A real Houston team with Cinderace, which is a Pokemon that somehow didn't get drafted. Are you kidding me, guys? Cinderace is so good.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to end the recording here. Here's your power rankings, RPA. Let me just let me enhance the image for y'all. Let's see, transform. Uh, we're going to enhance it even more. I need to enhance.
Enhance.
Enhance. Not that much. This is, like I said, this is the least scuffed thing ever. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. Need to fix this a bit more, but yeah. It's enhanced pretty good. All right. And those are the power rankings. So Winnipeg Jet Punches, Golden State Golden Goes, Dynamic Dittos, Suck My Shroomish, Chopo Cocoada, FC Monterey Quaza, Portland Porygons, Deus Volleybys, Gainesville Gardevoirs, Stand Power Raptors, Houston Happiny, Deranged Ditto, Houston Huge Power, Atlanta Arbox, St. Louis Battle Haluchas, and Minier TBC in that order. So, yeah, there you go, RPA. There's your power ranking. Sorry it's a bit late. It's been a struggle to, you know, find time to record this. So, yeah. But anyways, if you're an RPA, I may see you in week 2 if I manage to take over the team. So, yeah, see you guys then. Peace.